All right, Eddie. So what'd you think?
I thought the right man won. I thought it was a very, very close fight. You know, I had a bit of an argument with the Cubans because they thought, if we got the decision, I don't think it would have been a bad decision, but hand on heart, thought we lost the last round to probably lose the fight. 7-5 is how I scored it. 8-4, you know, I think maybe I thought 118, 110's a disgrace. Like I don't see how you can, and you know.
Why?
Well, because it's
a lot
so
of people
wide.
thought it was. A lot of people thought it was clearly Ray.
If you know boxing, you can't possibly score. Like if you watch the fight, you can't just have a guy coming forward, throwing shots, landing on the gloves and around the back, and just scoring all the time. But sometimes in a close round, it was the output of Raymond Muratalla that in my opinion, won in the fight. And he won. You know, I thought he won 5 rounds, but you know, it wasn't enough. But probably needed to do a little bit more in terms of output. But you know, the danger going into this fight was a little bit of experience, and you know, Bozy said that he doesn't think he was, you know, he feels like he had as much experience as Muratalla, but in those professional fights, 23 of them, I thought Muratalla was really impressive tonight. I thought the game plan from Robert Garcia was very good. He looked really strong, like he looked like a big 100, which he is. And Andy's probably, you know, I think he may move to 130 because he makes the weight very, very easily. And when you're up against a big, strong 135 pounder, sometimes that pressure can you know, give you problems.
What did Andy tell you in the locker room?
Just then?
Yeah.
Nothing really. He's obviously devastated, you know. But I think he felt it was a very, very close fight, which it was. But you know, I said to him, and I think on the whole, most people thought that Muratalla edged the fight, and I think he feels like he could have done much better. I don't think he's very happy with his performance. You know, I think maybe Bozy would have wanted him to be a little bit more aggressive, let his hands go a little bit more, but easier said than done, you know.
Eddie, you know, Raymond said repeatedly heading into the fight, he thought this fight was too soon for Andy. In retrospect, was he right about that?
I mean, you know, some you could say too soon, or you could say just wasn't good enough on the night. I mean, that's sport. So the latter is he wasn't good enough on the night. We know that for fact. Probably now moving forward, it will tell us if it was too early, because the next performance and the one after that, we'll see how much he's learned from tonight. And the answer is he would have learned a lot from tonight. So the plan when he turned professional after winning Olympic gold was to move quickly. He's had 5 10-round championship fights and a 12-round championship fight. The 12-rounder got stopped, so he didn't go the distance. That was his first time going 12. So what he really missed out on was probably 6 6-rounders and 2 8-rounders, rather than the championship fights, because I don't think you would have had much more than that in terms of 10 and 12-round championship fights before you fight for the world title. So that was always the risk and gamble. But I guess we won't really know that until we see what happens from here.
I mean, Lomachenko he lost his first title fight in Salido, so you know, do you feel like that's kind of the scenario here?
Yeah, I mean, obviously that was his first fight, second fight, yeah. So, you know, it's similar. And Lomachenko got better and better and better. And I think Andy will as well.
You won't put him into another, because Lomachenko lost to Salido and then you put him into a title fight against Gary Russell and he won.
Yeah, I think that he'll move down potentially to 130, and whether he wants to do that at the moment, the way he's feeling. But you know, I think that's a lot of the discussion going into his fight. He doesn't cut weight to make 135. So when you see the size difference in there, it does make you think. But Muratalla is a bit of a freak at 135. I think that he's saying that's going to be his last fight potentially at 135. So, you know, we'll see.
How do you think Muratalla stacks up with the Keyshawn, Teofimo,
I think he's going to give all of those guys competitive fights. You know, those guys, Keyshawn, Shakur, they're outstanding fighters, and Muratalla's a very good fighter. And I think what he did tonight, which was impressive, was he kept his shape, he kept his composure, he kept to the game plan, and he repeatedly did the right things. Even like in a couple of rounds that he lost, he came back and he did more in the next round. And you know, I think, like I said, I thought he edged a close fight.
Thanks, Eddie.